Chapter 1, A Call to Adventure. Jessica saw that her phone was still ringing on the hardwood desk, sitting by her bed. Jessica was now deeply annoyed. She grabbed her phone and pressed the dial button, waiting, gritting her teeth. It was Jason. Jessica, in an agitated tone, quietly speaks to Jason on the phone, hoping not to wake her parents up. "Jason, what the hell is wrong with you? It's midnight. Why on earth are you calling me?" Jason responds with, "Everyone's down here, by that old asylum. Come join us." Jessica, gritting her teeth together, hesitant to speak, suddenly speaks her mind. "No way! That place is dangerous. Besides, you'd even warn me about it ahead of time." Jason is clearly not giving up that easily. "Look at your notification. Everyone has messaged you about this. It's not our fault you decided to sleep all day, Jess," says Jason. Jessica, shocked by this, decides to investigate, only to find everything Jason was saying to be truthful. Earlier that day, Jason, Nick, and Claire have all messaged her at some point during the day. Jessica, contemplating in her mind, decides to agree. "Fine, I'll go. But this better not get us in any trouble. My parents cannot find out I'm staying out this late. They'll kill me." For a moment, Jason gives no response. But that soon changes when he responds with, "Okay, we'll stay low and we'll keep quiet. We'll be back by 3, okay?" Jessica responds back, "Sounds good to me. I'll see you there." Jessica heads downstairs as quietly as possible. Her slow footsteps couldn't be heard by anyone. She makes her way down and grabs her shoes, sitting on the shoe rack by the door. She slips them on and ties them up. She briefly pauses, listening upstairs for any potential footsteps, before unlocking the door, gently switching it to the side. Her hand was still on the knob. She gently pushes the door open in order to make a little noise. When she steps outside, she slowly and quietly closes the door, not locking it. Jessica leaves her suburban neighborhood and heads right into the city, her red jacket violently being pushed by the wind as she walks by an alleyway. She stops to hear a peculiar conversation. 2 guardsmen dressed in police riot gear, wearing black and white, talked about heading to the asylum to take something down. She quietly follows in the direction they are going, as quiet as a mouse. She sneaks by with grace as she falls into the destination. Jessica can't help but wonder why it's so urgent that they be at this asylum. In her mind, she thinks, "Yeah, they're crazies, locked up in there. But that place has been abandoned for years and left to rot. Why do these shady figures value this place so much?" Jessica can't make out how many there were. 15? 20? Nobody knows. But out of sheer panic, building up inside, she felt that there were butterflies in her stomach. As soon as Jessica saw the building, she sprinted towards her friends, hiding within the crack inside the walls. "They're here! Armed men in riot gear. I couldn't make out how many there were, but they were heading this way." Jason responds, "We gotta get inside now. Follow me. I know an entrance to a sealed-off room." "How?" Nick says. "My dad was an architect," says Jason. "He helped build this place in the 50s. Jessica went in first, grabbing the sides of the cracked white walls. She slid down the metal pipe. One by one, after Jessica, they all slid down, eventually meeting up at the bottom. The mysterious armed men arrive, hearing distant screams. Did you hear that? Says one of the guards. Sounds like this thing has caught another. There's nothing we can do about it now. Let's contain this thing while we still can, says the other guard. Affirmative, says the first one. When they all meet up at the bottom, something felt strange. This is odd. This pipe should have led to a small storage room that was walled off from the inside. This is different. There are several rooms all covered in white walls with cracked black and white checkered floors. There are even good-smelling herbs in vases that sit upon these desks that are lined up in this hallway. And here's the weirdest part. Look up there. The roof is covered in mold everywhere. There's so much you can barely see the roof anymore. This place is clearly in worse shape than it was before. And those halls, they're so long, they almost seem infinite with no end. Jessica had suspicions. Something was off, but now she was certain. This can't be right, says Jessica. Something is up, but I don't know exactly what it is. The building has a completely different layout, and it clearly looks older. It's almost like we're in a different dimension. This building was like an entirely different one from the one they saw in the city. Jason quickly came up with a plan. We need a better idea of what we're dealing with. Let's split up into groups. Jessica, Claire, you guys will explore the East Hall. Me, Jane, and Nick will explore the West Hall. We'll meet up here after a while. Sounds good? Right, everyone said as they head off into the unknown. Jessica got one more good luck before wandering off. Claire didn't wait for her though, and by the time Jessica turned around, it was already too late. Claire decided to stroll off on her own, and Jessica had no idea where she went. Jessica, desperate to find her, decided to stroll off, checking room by room, hallway by hallway. And what seemed like hours of searching, Jessica decided to head back without Claire. And when she arrived at the entrance, she gave the bad news. I can't find Claire, she said in an anxious tone. Jason, confused as to what was going on, responds with, What? How did you lose her? You two were together, no? Jessica shakes her head. No, Claire strolled off without me. I have no idea where she went. Jason frowned with a long sigh. Alright, let's split up. Jane, you stick with Jessica to find Claire. Nick and I will wait here till you guys get back. Got it? Got it, says Jane and Jessica. After that, they strolled back off into the unknown. Why were you so calm about that? You were easy on her. Why? Says Nick. Jason responds, It's not her fault. At least not completely. Leave her be. Whatever, says Nick with a big frown. Jessica had felt anxiety building up once more. It kept building and building inside of her, and all she could ever feel was the butterflies flitting around in her stomach. She looked around and frantically, desperately trying to understand the unknown. She ponders and questions the world around her, and at this rate, she's confused and lost. As her mind continues to wander in these endless halls, so too does her body, and she wanders into the unknown, seeking her lost friend, desperate to find her.